So, for those of you at McDonald's wondering why Napoli and Michaela's husband, ICE attorney husband, and my ex boyfriend, who's an attorney with whom they're in bed with, my ex boyfriend, and my employer, he's a former employer who committed discrimination and domestic violence, as did McDonald's in Peoria, and they're both involved in other criminal shit, along with Virginia Piper. Chad's dad was a hospital board member involved in healthcare fraud with Virginia Piper at DHS, aka Border Patrol, aka ICE. She's a fucking oligarch, Barry Goldwater's youngest daughter. So they were desperate to kill me, so I couldn't attend that interview because he has no intentions of hiring me. Whereas if I'm dead from an overdose, from somebody injecting me or poisoning me at St. Joseph, which is part of Catholic Health, Catholic Social Services, which is partnered with Honor Health. It's all tied to the Vatican, where Virginia G. Piper, aka Peggy Goldwater, has donated millions. And it wasn't really even money to be used to help the poor. She spent over $1 million on a big stained glass something in some chapel. You can look it up. Google it, it'll show up in news articles in Arizona. And at the CAS, the Central Arizona Shelter Services, Homeless Services, which is a huge campus of different buildings. One of them is St. Vincent de Paul. There's, uh, when you come out of the cafeteria, you see a big chapel, Virginia G. Piper Chapel. Bitch just got her hands in every motherfucking thing. And she's supposed to be investigating human trafficking and drug trafficking. Meanwhile, she's the one doing it. So the whole point is if they killed me before the interview, that's an easy out. Whereas if I actually attend that interview, they know Koozy's watching. Yeah, they're watching with Palantir, but they know that JAG and the independent investigators are watching too. They know that interview went well, except for them pointing out, which all the applications do, that hygiene and cleanliness is an important part of the job performance. That goes without saying. But they know they're making sure I can't perform my job. They deliberately accelerate. A Catholic Health GYN oncologist lied to me and said he was doing a DNC biopsy. The recordings of those encounters are him being very sexually inappropriate, trying to be seductive like some honeypot shit to get me to trust him. I immediately called bullshit. I was going septic the morning. I was already in septic shock. Not full blown, but damn close. It was deadly. He made the nurse, all of the surgical team come and interview you to make sure you have to be perfectly healthy to endure any surgery. So the nurse had red flags going off. She called, demanded blood work. He ordered blood work. He refused. She got taken off the team. You will see no blood work. There's not going to be on the bill. When the special investigator, they've already hacked the system. They can see the billing. There's no bill for blood work that morning with that surgery. And they sent me a bill for an ablation, which is to say he took a laser and did infuse the uterine cancer. Means you got your endometrium lining that you shed every month has cancer. He fused the motherfucker to the uterus, turbocharged the cancer through my system. That was a Catholic Health GYN oncologist. And this cocksucker's getting up in my face. I mean, first of all, why the fuck was he there? That means he's watching my social media posts. He expected me to be, or McDonald's or Michaela's husband or whoever sent him there. He runs across the street to meddle in my business with the people, volunteers at Food Not Bombs. Very forceful, very nasty. I confronted him fucking twice. Cocksucker steals my wallet off my carabiner. This is a locked carabiner. With these things, it's a real pain in the ass to get anything off of there. Well, while I was looking at her phone with her, cocksucker stole my shit. I heard something because I remember looking to see what the fuck was going on. Then, even after it was over with and I go somewhere else, then the motherfucker's up in my face trying to push pills or whatever the fuck it was. And I mean, he wasn't being, hey, bro, I got to tell you. He was being forceful as fuck. And he thinks because he fist bumps with some other brother, elderly brother with gray beard and whatever, that's somehow makes him legit. That's the same bullshit that Michael and Caton and Burl pulled when I called out Autumn Caton for her ADHD, autism, gaslighting, and nasty ass Nazi honeypot op. They made sure Burl was on the bus with me, coming inbound on the number 7, and they made sure Caton was sitting there at the transit center. And when we got off the bus and I looked at Caton, Burl says, that's my friend. Oh, and that piece of shit security guard that works at City Hall and the meter maid, when I called him out for his bullshit and posted that video of him. Michael, Becky and Autumn's friend, Michael, gets up in my face. Well, that's my friend. I said, you can go to prison with the cocksucker for all I care. Nepotism doesn't mean jack shit to me. These cocksuckers have been, if you're name dropping, you're a meddling, trifling fucking mole. And that goes for Vet Glenn too. He made sure I saw him fist bumping with that guy. I don't know if that elderly guy with the gray hair and whatever, I don't know if he's legit or not. If he is, you got moles. So, fuck out of here with that bullshit. Anyway, interview goes. That's not even how that should have been done. If they were serious about offering me a job, they should have had the prosecutor here. They should have said, Miss Moore, meet us down at the Cousy building. We want to know what the fuck's going on with Michaela's husband and why she's trying to kill you. We want to know the truth about what really happened in Arizona at that McDonald's. They ain't interested in the truth. That wasn't a good faith job interview. That was performative, because their attempt to kill me that day didn't work. I already knew it wasn't going to go well. That's why they put it off. That's why he said, well, come in after 1. They were trying to, because they knew I was going to have to go downtown, talk to Food Not Bombs, go fly a sign. They were hoping to kill me before I could come back for the interview. Because now that they've interviewed me, and it says right on the damn application, whistleblower retaliation, and I listed McDonald's, Harbor Freight, and Chad Cronin as all being under criminal investigation with Epstein and Maxwell. So it's a real bad motherfucking look that they don't have Essex PD. Hell, they don't even have to meet me at Cousy. They should have Essex PD right fucking here talking to me about all the crimes that's happened on their property over the past months. But they can't, because they have their own damn managers getting in my face talking shit. They were part of the setup, having that kid Sean put my tent up over here behind their dumpster so they could no trespass me. As soon as I called it out, their faces looked like they saw a fucking ghost. They're like, shit. So I did my part. They're not doing theirs. The management and crew are cooperating. with EPD who's in here ordering food and going through drive-through all the time. For all I know, they're passing notes. I don't know that they're doing that, but I'm just saying. Mr. Napoli, you think you and Palantir are all over this. No, that whole surveillance system you've used on me is being used on you and Alex Karp and Peter Thiel and your whole Epstein cabal, including everybody at DOJ, Mark Wayne, Cletus, Billy Bob, Goldwater Piper. You guys can't see it. Especially, and they have, and mostly, it's a whole lot of undercover sheriff's deputies and state police and actual uncorrupted police officers. And maybe you think, oh well, you keep saying that you work for your dad. Well, your dad's telling us to do this shit. And what are you telling him? You're telling him I don't have cancer, that I'm high on drugs, I'm dealing drugs, and all this other bullshit, and misusing my special skills as a special operator and assassin. So, based on those lies you tell him, he's just going along with what he knows are your lies. And then saying, well, if that's what's going on, then do this, this, and this. He's setting you up. You ain't setting him up. Just like you went and lied to the mayor to get permission to no trespass me out of armed force. She just went along with it. That arrest was staged. I never got to see a judge or got any paperwork to come to court. You think you're the only motherfuckers that can use divisive theatrics. That's why I'm pretty sure my father and his team are consultants somehow with JAG. I'm pretty sure the mayor and Cousy and state police are working with JAG. Y'all lost, you don't know it yet. They don't want you doing like you did in Iran, just start bombing and burning the place down. You'll go on a killing spree because what the hell, you're already facing death row for treason, so might as well take everybody out with you. You think you're going down in a blaze of glory. No, you're going down in a dumpster fire of stupidity. And I made you damn good. I gave you some damn good counsel to try to convert you, and you pissed in my motherfucking face. Now, Dad can absolutely do whatever the fuck he wants to do with you. Because now you're an overt terrorist insurgent trying to kill me with Piper and the Weinbergers and Dragon. This health system, corrupt health system, already tried to kill him years ago. He had some issues of paralysis and he had a car accident, damn near killed him. Goes to fan at the local emergency room. They lied to him in a very deadly state with broken ribs, broken clavicle, probably a collapsed lung. I don't know what all was going on, but they ended up lying to him, probably falsified his records, and then discharged him to die, and then tried to put a lien on his fucking house, saying that the insurance, they never got the insurance check. Tried to kill him and take his shit. Luckily, my stepsister, had time to drive him 3 hours down to the Atlanta VA, where he was hospitalized for several weeks, had to have surgery, and they said, these motherfuckers just tried to kill you. Now, he didn't put all that out there because he didn't want them knowing he was on to them. So you're trying to help cover up a previous assassination attempt of my father, who's working with Honest Jack to find out who really killed, to expose the how and the why the rapist Kennedys, newbie wannabe mobsters, were assassinated by their own partners in crime, whom they were extorting with their Kennedyisms. that are now used very publicly to make it look like we have two different political parties. Well, I mean, fuck. RFK Jr.'s part of fucking Trump's administration. Need I say more? So, I don't think that your upper management, regardless of how much you pay them, and your crew are going to go down with you. I think they're going to file their own charges, they're going to cooperate, and they're going to sue the piss out of you. Your assets will be seized, and they're going to be independently wealthy. And for those of you who aren't part of his shit, they murdered Michaela Raines to intimidate me and everybody else. That's why they didn't really even hide it that much. That's why they really didn't even hide what they did to Charlie Kirk. That much. It doesn't work as an intimidation tactic to silence whistleblowers or any partners in crime who don't want to participate in this part of the crime or that part of the crime, or they see, just like the Kennedys, with all the crap going on with the Klan in the South, they're like, if we don't do something about it, we're complicit and that ruins our brand. We lose elections. Doesn't mean they were opposed to what was happening to the Freedom Riders or the lunch counter sit-in activists and the voter and what happened on Edmund Pettus Bridge. They had no problem with it. That's why none of those cops or any of the politicians that were involved in it went to jail for racketeering. Even though RFK Sr. wrote the RICO statutes, he did that to make it look like he was doing something. It's called a token effort. They did nothing substantial to further human or civil rights. What they did do was just kind of a way to hold that shit over the heads of their partners in crime to extort them. That includes the shit with Israel. So you think, oh, well, her father's telling us to do this. He's setting you up, just like the mayor sets you up. Oh, she's building a structure? Oh, okay. Meanwhile, the mayor knows damn well you've been down there impersonating, acting like Bernie Sanders sent you and acting like Sarah George sent you. They're like, okay, go ahead. You lied to her to get her approval. She knows that. And she pretended to go along with it, as did Officer View and his sergeant or partner. Did I ever get a court date? Did I ever have to go plead guilty or not guilty to any judge? No. Did I ever get any type of pretrial release conditions? No. I never got issued an actual no trespass citation. All you did was type up some bullshit and try to steer me over to Paul Dragon's various charities, which would include St. Joseph's. You keep doing the same stupid shit over and over again, expecting different results. You're the definition of insanity. Which is to say, I don't really have to do much to catch you. You're doing it all yourself. Hey.